Hello, hello, and welcome to a bonus episode of Lonk's Awakening. In this episode, we're going to do a few things. One thing I forgot to include into the actual Let's Play thingamajig, and the other two things are just things that didn't get incorporated for whatever stupid reason, probably because I'm a little bit of a derp. This first thing you do on the title screen, you want to have an empty save open, and what you do is you type in Zelda as your file name, which you could seem that I did it before, but I lost the recording for whatever reason, and figured it'd be better to do it now anyways. But just type in Zelda, and once you hit select, you'll get a nice little secret tune to play, if you would say so yourself, and I'll just hit start. So despite the fact that I worded that sentence prior to this horribly, I just think this is a neat little tune that plays. In fact, I think it's better than the normal title music, just a nice little remix of the main theme. Also a bit of a callback to the whole, second quest in Zelda 1, where if you type in Zelda as your file name, you get the second quest. So that's kind of a neat thing. The next thing we're going to move on to is our pictures that we've taken over the course of the Let's Play thingamajig, and I was really hoping that would start us off in town. That is a damn shame. Now, the reason I wanted to start off in town was not because the photographs are in town, because obviously the photographs are going to be at the photographer's little Photoshop house. Well, not a Photoshop house, it's just a, photography house. Photoshop's a program. I'm not sure if I mentioned it whenever we did it, but you actually get a photo for stealing something, so you're going to need to steal something to be able to get all the items. And of course, even though I did steal something on screen, like I said back when it first happened, I actually reset, because if you steal something, everybody calls you thief in all capitals, and if you go back into the store, you get killed, and I did not want to die, because for not dying, we get that little scene at the end of the credits where Marion turns into a seagull, which is kind of a nice thing, we were able to save that poor girl from the dream. She's able to go become real and be a seagull, which is a weird dream to have, but different strokes for different people who want to become seagulls, as, the famous saying has always, been saying to people. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard that saying before. Now, assuming that we did everything right, and I didn't derp up at all, once we come to the travels of Thief, because, whenever he heard that we stole something, he came over, scratched out our name, and wrote Thief on it, we have all of the photos, so now we can see, all of the photos that we've gotten. They're just going to tell us how to do it, because, they can't trust us. So, here's our photo for, our first time in, whenever we came in here, and he was like, hey, I want to take a photo of you, and we're like, no, and if you say no enough times, you get this photo where, Lonk's all dazed and confused, and he just doesn't know what to do. But if you say yes, any times before, the final one, there's actually a different photo, which I'll just throw up on screen right now. It's basically the same, except for, Lonk's all happy, and he's like, yeah, victory, or peace, or fuck off, whatever way my fingers are turned. I can't see it, so I'm pretending I know, but I know he makes it V for victory / peace, whatever it is. So let's see what the next one is. It'd be nice if we could actually go between them from the things. So here's a picture that we got to see with Marion on our date. And like I mentioned back then, there's actually a really neat wallpaper that I linked on that episode. I'll just go ahead and throw it into this description, because it is a really cool wallpaper of this. Somebody took the time to color the scene and, blow it up to be wallpaper size. And I love the ever-living shit out of that. Oh, and here's Marion, breaking her fall on us. And poor Lonk, he's accepted his duties as, a cushion, which, he probably doesn't mind. He's had worse things. And, here was our successful date, and Marion looks fucking pissed, and Lonk's just like, yeah, whatever, I know you, Mario, I don't need fuck know this. Let's see. Oh, and it's old man Ulria, talking on the phone and blabbing. Like, I can see why he's a bit conscious about talking to people. I mean, look at that mouth. It looks like a bit like Mallow from Super Mario RPG, except it's just attached to his face. You poor, poor soul of an old man. And it was Bow Wow, and we took him for a walk, and Lonk has his sword out, because he's not actually, afraid of Bow Wow. He's accepting the conscious decision that he may have to turn around and take out his favorite dog / chain chomp thing. He's not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. And here's what you get for stealing, and you can see some, weird, freaky letters in the back. I don't know what kind of moon runes those are, but, even though we were able to successfully make it out of the shop, the shopkeeper did see us, and that's why he, zaps you with his lightning bolts, because he's a Sith dude, and oh, look at you, poor fisherman. This reminds me, I always thought it was a weird thing, whenever you take a picture, I'm not sure if it's just me, or if this is my memory, but I don't think it always shows you the picture you get. Like, oh, look at Zora, buddy, the poor invisible Zora, and we were able to become his first friend. But like whenever you steal the item, you don't get to see the picture that you get. But certain ones you do, like I remember the one with the fisherman falling out. You get to see that picture. And oh, here's us with Richard, doing another V for victory / fuck off / peace, whatever you want to call it, while he contemplates, putting a sword in our ear, because at that point we hadn't gotten his golden leaves back yet, so he did not like us very much. And oh, it's Ghost Buddy, the Ghost Buddy who, I was able to somehow overlook for an entire episode, and wasn't just me trying to be funny, but failing at it. I'm so sorry about that, guys. You also might notice the whole print thing. That's because this was a thing added in to kind of make the Game Boy camera feature useful, because you can print these out as little stickers if you had one of those back in the day. Unfortunately, I never had one, because that was money, and I was like, man, I don't need one of those. But I secretly always wanted one, even though this is like the only game I could think of that actually had a feature with it. I think Pokemon Gold and Silver Crystal did some, but I can't really remember. And here's the scene of the photographer falling off the cliff. He was just like, this might be an embarrassing moment for me, but I'm gonna get it developed just to go hand in hand with Marion falling on us. So that's all the photos in the game. Kind of a ancient achievement system or trophy system, whatever the hell you want to call that. For the Game Boy, because you could print it out and say like, look, buddy, I did this, and he'd be like, man, you just got a girl to fall on top of you. You're lame. So anyways, there's one more thing I want to do in this episode. I'm sorry that I don't have much more content for this, but I think I was able to do most things, like most of the secrets I do know over the course of the Let's Play. So we'll go ahead and knock out this very last thing, and then we'll say goodbye to Koholint Island forever. For real this time. So I am really glad that I kept a bunch of backup saves over the course of this Let's Play, because I had a feeling that, I might have to come back and do some things, and past episodes that would be missable, and one of the ones I kept was our prior to our date with Marion, which is really good, because there's a bunch of little things that she will react to that I completely spaced on showing. The first one that we're going to do is if you try and go into a level, she'll actually react to it. You want me to go in there? No, I think I'll wait it out here. Take care of yourself, Lonk, so you go in here and you can, go about the level, which would be cool, but what's more fun, you walk out here and she actually has a custom sprite for sitting down waiting for you, and she's like, oh, I waited for you because I'm an awesome, seagull woman, which is actually a song by T-Rex, I believe. I think that's the name of the song. It's probably just a little bit different, it's probably like Seagull Lady, but I'm pretty sure it's Seagull Woman, and for those of you guys who don't know of T-Rex, I definitely suggest checking him out, because he's a pretty cool dude. And let's see, do you have a pot in here? Because there's a few more things that you can do with her. It's not just I missed out on one thing. There's a bunch of things she'll react to. Like, you pick up a pot and throw it. She's like, you're a bad boy, Lonk, because she likes them bad boys. And the thing is, she'll do it forever. She won't just react once. She just does it every time, which is kind of funny. Just kind of a looping statement thing. I think there's another one that happens if you dig. She actually has a really interesting reaction to that. Great! Dig it! Dig to the center of the earth! Because she just wants to get the hell off of this island, apparently, if she's willing to, dig to the center of the earth. Let's see, what else can she do? I think she'll react to your ocarina, because, at this point you can do Ballad of the Windfish, and I think she'll be like, oh, I dig that, because she that's her thing. Not very good, huh? What? Did I say something? No, you're hearing I was really hoping she would dig it, but no, instead she's like, fuck you. Well, because of that, if you heard a cuckoo, she'll be like, leave the poor cuckoo alone. I wonder if she'll react to hitting the dogs, because if you hit the dogs get pissed off. And, no, she doesn't say anything. She's just like, yeah, you probably deserve that. The very last thing, and probably one of my favorite things that she will do, is if you come to the crane game, she will actually, play the crane game. Let's see what we have to do. Well, Lonk, can I try this? What do you say? Okay, you can go ahead and do it. And now the, little guy who runs it will just tell her how to play it, and now she's gonna go play it all by herself. So let's see what kind of decisions she makes while Lonk was, just kind of striking a pose there for a second. But he was way too interested to see what she goes after. As opposed to, striking a pose. Aw, Marion, you missed it. But, that's okay. That was your first try. You tried pretty hard. But, Marion, you're... Okay. That's perfectly fine, Marion. You can pick him up. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. And, he even made a little jingle. So he must not be angry, because look at him. He's just doing a little dance for us, and is not just seething with rage that his machine is being used in such a way. But I'll accept the prize, and unfortunately I can't walk over there and go pick him up. You're good. You're a pro, aren't you? Well, beat it. Pros aren't allowed in here. And now he's gonna kick us out because we're just not allowed there. So that is it for this bonus episode. I'm sorry if this bonus episode didn't really have a lot of, like, you know, content to it, but these were just a few little secret thingies that were in-game that I didn't get to show off, that I thought you guys might want to see, especially, you know, Marine's a funny little girl, you know, sequel woman, whatever you want to call her. And I'm so sorry that I was able to pump out this bonus thing before the Seasons and Ages one. That one's just going to take a tiny bit more of work on my part, and I just haven't built the resolve to actually do it. But don't worry, I'll get around to doing it. And also, this is one more thing I want to mention before I end this off. I made a promise to put out a final post to the Pokeblog story that me and a couple of my friends did last year, I believe. I don't remember. I'm really bad at time. And I said I would get it out prior to the finale for Lonk's Awakening, but with the whole YouTube cutting me off from uploading for a week, I actually ended up completely forgetting about it. Like, I had built my resolve, I know what the story's going to be about, I just need to type it out. But I promised I would do it, and I have broken that promise, and I promised if I was unable to get it out, I would eat my copy of Banjo-Kazooie. So you guys can look forward to that. Those of you who sat through this now know I am going to eat my copy of Banjo-Kazooie prior to playing Banjo-Tooie, because that's going to be the next Let's Play thingamajiggy. You know, Banjo-Tooie Companionship Edition, but you know, the entire time I'm going to be dying because I have consumed an N64 cartridge. So look forward to both of those if you want to, or don't. You know, it's up to you. But I'll assume that you guys are more looking forward to me trying to consume an N64 cartridge. So, god damn it, don't break a promise ever. And if you do, eat an N64 cartridge. I'll see you guys next time. And for Koholint Island and Lonk, this is probably the last time we'll see them. Unless somehow a prequel Let's Play was to happen and we were to play Along to the Past. See you guys later.